Alrighty, guys. Today we're talking about Facebook ads images or Facebook ads graphic, and I'm gonna give you a very quick tutorial on how I create my Facebook ads. Right, so what do you use to create graphics for your ads? I'm usually using Figma plus ChatGPT to suggest the text, but it takes me some time. Is there all-in-one tool that creates good creatives? This guy says that he uses Canva app on iOS. This guy says he uses this tool and this tool. So he uses making ads is hard. We made it easy. I don't think making ads is hard. So I'm just gonna show you what I use to create some of my ads. If it's something more complicated, I would go to Photoshop, but I usually use ChatGPT and I use Canva. So what I do in ChatGPT, so the way I do it, I go to ChatGPT and I ask ChatGPT to give me some creative ideas. So I'm gonna do it very simple. I'm gonna say I have a Facebook ads course where I teach beginners how to run ads. Give me some ideas for images for Facebook ads, and this is where my creative journey starts. The first thing I do would be to go to ChatGPT, right? And he gives me some ideas, right? He says create an image featuring the tools and resources provided in your course, like cheat sheets, ebooks. He says create a example, display images of successful ads, possibly with annotations or arrows pointing. Okay. And he says showcase the before and after success stories. I really like this idea, so I'm gonna create something for this Facebook ads course, and I'll usually use Canva, and I'll show you how easy it is to create Facebook ads, right? So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna open Canva because this is the tool I usually use. I'm gonna click a create design, and I think I'll go with like Facebook ad, which is the old format, but it will apply to pretty much anything, right? So when you create a Facebook ad, if you wanna have an ad that is working very well, you can use some of the templates, but in many cases those templates look too fancy, and I never had success with like too fancy images. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna show how I create a quick ad. I'm gonna use my face. Let me find something. So here, let's take this image. The first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stretch the image. I'm gonna click on edit image. I'm gonna remove the background. Let me see if he's gonna remove the background. Right. It's taking some time. It did an amazing job of removing the background. So as you can see, my face looks somehow a little bit too dark. So what I like doing, I'll click on edit image and I'll go to adjust. I can play around with the temperature. The temperature I pretty much like, so I'll keep it the way it is. Tint, I usually don't play with it. Brightness, I'm gonna make myself a little bit brighter. The contrast, maybe I'll reduce it. Highlights. So basically, I don't have any rules here. I just wanna make the image pop. The shadows, I'm gonna bring the shadows in, right? The blacks, and right now the image really pops. When you create Facebook ads images, you wanna work and you wanna see how it's gonna appear if you have a 15%, because people will see it on a small screen. So always keep that in mind. So I'm gonna go back to editing image, right? So let's see what we're doing here. We're going to adjust the whites. And what I really like doing is just like slightly increasing the sharpness, right? If I increase it too much, my beard becomes very bad. So clarity, I like boosting the clarity a little bit. Vignette, no, this is not for this specific case, right? So if I wanna make my eyes pop, I can just like zoom a little bit. I can use the draw. I can select the transparency and maybe like reduce it to 16%. I'm gonna select the color, and here let's say I wanna do white, and what I'm gonna do, I'm just like slightly gonna cover white around my eyes. So maybe this is not the case. So here I'm gonna cover white a little bit. Let's see if it's gonna work. I think I need to reduce the transparency. So I'm gonna reduce the transparency to maybe like 15%. And let's see once I remove it, my my eyes become a little bit more clear. So this is the image. What I'm gonna do as well, I'm gonna add a background. So to add a background, what I usually do, I'm gonna go and let me think about the background. I wanna be in an like maybe in an office in front of a whiteboard. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to elements, and here on elements I'm gonna click office. And here, as you can see, there are like a bunch of like workplace. For example, I like this workplace. I'm gonna drag it. I'm gonna click on layer. I'm gonna send the layer to the back, and let me see how it looks like. So as you can see, it's a little bit like way too much, way too much, way too many things happening. So probably this is not, maybe something like this, something brighter. It's very markety. I have the whiteboard. So I'm gonna send this layer. I'm gonna send this layer to the back. And what I can do with this layer, I can actually click on edit image, and I actually blur the whole image, and I can set the intensity. So this will be the intensity, and let's see how it's gonna look like. So it looks like much cleaner. And here I wanna represent the before and the after, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to rectangle. I'm gonna add a rectangle, and I'm just gonna move the rectangle a little bit behind me. I'm gonna cover the rectangle maybe like a little bit blue. And here on Facebook ads, I cannot say before and after. What I can say is like maybe day one, maybe like day five, and this is how I'll represent the progress. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna click on layer. I'm gonna send the layer maybe not to the back. So if something happens to you, you can click on right click on the text, or somewhere on the image, go on layer and show layers. And so this is the layer I have. So I'm gonna duplicate the layer again, and I'm gonna, so I have basically two blue layers behind me. The first layer, I'm gonna cover it black, or okay, so the second layer should be green, and the first layer should be red, right? And here I'm gonna go to text. I'm gonna say day one, and maybe I need to make it white. No, the text just needs to be white. So the text will be white. Maybe well, if you mess up like me, you can just click Control Z. Okay. Just let me minimize it. I'm gonna go to elements again. I'm gonna right click, and then I'm gonna go on layers. So show layers. Here, this is the layer I'm working it, so I'm gonna have it on top. The size maybe around 90, and 90 is perfect. However, what I wanna do, I wanna like add the text separately. So day one, and I'm gonna do the text. Then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna duplicate day one, and I'm gonna say day five, and here I'm just gonna send this layer behind me. So layer, send to back, not that much. So layer, send backwards. So here I have day one, I have day five. Maybe I could make the text a little bit bigger, 109. So this is what people will see on their screen, right? This is what they'll see. I think it pops, right? And here let's have the result. So I'm advertising my Facebook ads course, and what I'll do, I'll just add the results. So on the left, I'm gonna say purchases 2, and then on the right, I'm gonna say purchases 13, for example. and let's execute on that. Okay, let me go back to the text. I'm gonna add a subheading. I'm gonna say purchases, and this will be 0, right? So maybe if I make the text white, it will be much better. So white, maybe dark is much better. So purchases 0, and on the right, purchases, I'm gonna say 33, or like 133, and here will be purchases 1. So as you can see, the text is a little bit hard to read. So what I can do, I can edit image, and I could just make the image a little bit lighter or brighter. So let's see, I'm just gonna change the temperature. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. The brightness, I can make it like a little bit whiter. And the contrast, I can play with the contrast. So maybe I should make the text white, right? So here I'm just gonna make the text white. This is the text, and I'm gonna turn it into white again. So as you can see, I don't like it that much because it's smaller, so I'm gonna bump the text to 40, and here again 40. And right now, if I want to have a different variations of this creative, I can just click the duplicate, and I can just, let's say, I can change this color to blue. I can change some elements. For example, instead of my face, I can use another image. I can go to uploads, and I can use this, or maybe let's use this. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna click on remove background. It's too big, so let me make it smaller. And then I'm gonna do flip image, flip vertical, flip horizontal, flip vertical again. And maybe if I like remove it like this, now this image is not working for this purpose. So let's say here I'm gonna do it like this because I'm with a darker shirt. Edit image, remove background, and this is how it's gonna look like. Again, if you wanna do a fancy image for Facebook, you can go to design, and for some of your purposes you can use some of those nice images, but I never like those fancy images. They never work for me. So this is how I create some of my thumbnails for YouTube, and also some of my ad images, right? I like to use ChatGPT to come up with ideas. What I like doing, if I have some different idea, I can, let's say if I want to create a chart, bar chart, right? Sometimes, yeah, sometimes I can use something like this, yeah. So here I can say 5 benefits of Facebook ads. Let me make it bigger, right? And here I can change the text to, let's say, blue. Let's go all blue. And here I can just like, but here this design is very bad for mobile because the text is too small. So the text is too small. Ideally, you want to be able to read the text when you are at 20% on your Canva. And right now I have a enormous screen. So if you want to make this work, you just need to make the whole image read better. 5 benefits of Facebook ads. The simpler, the better in my experience. Let's make this bigger and uglier, of course. So the text, maybe it should be around, let's say I'd say 30. 30 is good. So it could be 3 benefits of Facebook ads. And what I need to do is just to edit the template. But I don't like templates. I like coming up with my own fresh ideas. So where I would go for inspiration for Facebook ad creatives, I go to the Facebook ads library. I go to YouTube. I go to very different places. So pretty much you can find inspiration anywhere. And I believe Canva is a very fast way to turn your Facebook ad creatives ideas into reality. So Canva is definitely the tool that you must use. It's not a must, you can also use Photoshop. Photoshop, you have a lot more control, but it also takes a lot more time. So once you, let's say, create 12 designs, you can like test them on Facebook ads, and then you can run them on Photoshop if you want to just go deeper into the idea. Thank you for watching. If you want me to help you run Facebook ads and get results like never before, check the links in the description below. My name is Niko. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.